Good day. My name is Nunaji A. Guritan, and this subject is IS 107 Business Intelligence. What does business intelligence means? Business intelligence is a technology-driven process for collecting, analyzing, and presenting business data to support better decision. It involves transferring raw data from various sources into meaningful insights using tools such as dashboard, reports, data visualization, and analytics. The primary goal of BI to help organizations make informed decisions by defining trends, patterns, and opportunities. Business intelligence tools enable users to monitor performance, forecast outcomes, and optimize business process. In short, business intelligence powers business to turn data into actionable insights, enhancing strategies on planning and operational efficiency. So, uh, my title is Identify Any Seasonal Pattern in Earthquake Occurrence. So, what does it mean? It means refer to examine earthquake data to determine whether there is consistent relationship between the timing of earthquake and specific season because we have two seasons here in the Philippines, which is summer and rainy season. So the goal is to detect any recurring trends or pattern in earthquake frequency or intensity linked to the time of year. So here is my dashboard as you can see here. So this is my title, Identify Any Seasonal Pattern in Earthquake Occurrence. So an interactive dashboard to explore monthly and seasonal pattern of earthquake occurrence in the Philippines. So I include here the overview. So this study is aimed to identify any seasonal pattern in earthquake occurrence in the Philippines using historical seismic data. So by categorizing earthquake events into defined Philippines climate season in the dry season and rainy season, so the study determined which season experienced the highest or lowest number of earthquakes. So the goal is to uncover the possible correlation between the earthquake frequency and the seasonal climate patterns. So providing the insight that could support disaster preparedness and policy planning and further geos- geoscientific, geoscientific research. So here there is the earthquake summary statistics. So as you can see, we have a total events. With total events have 80,984, and we have the average magnitude 2.52, and the maximum magnitude we have a 7.4, and then the average dip is a 29.8 km. So how to use this dashboard is to use above the stats to understand the overall seismic activity in the Philippines and refers to the monthly and seasonal plots to detect a pattern or spikes in earthquake frequency. So this insight can support the studies on the impact of seasonal changes like in monsoons on seismic activity. So this section of the dashboard under the plotting demo uh, presents a visual analysis of earthquake distribution patterns in the Philippines. So one of the left side, there are interactive filter that allow users to select a specific range and magnitude range and the dip range to refine the data being analyzed. In this instance, the year range is set from 20 to 21, showing I just enter the select rather the year and the magnitude and the dip. So I selected it to 2022 2021, and then the magnitude range is 450 to 7, and then the dip range is from 0 to 210 kilometers. So the focusing on the shallow to moderate earthquakes, the center of the screen to display here. So there are two visualizations. The first bar chart, sorry, that shows the earthquake count per month and mated by year, and it clearly illustrates how earthquake frequency show changes through the months. So with with August, let's just include this one, neutral. So in August, showing the highest number of earthquakes in 2021. So the second visualization is the heat map that plot earthquake frequency by month and hour of day. So the virtual axis represent here represent the month here. This is the vertical axis. This is represent for the month, and while the horizontal axis show the 24-hour clock. So the color intensive indicates the number of earthquakes. So with the darker color represent the higher frequency. So this heat map allows users to observe not only which month experienced were earthquakes, so but also time of the day, what time the day commonly occurs. So together, these tools provide valuable insights into the monthly and hourly pattern of earthquake occurrence in the country. So here in the section of the seasonal pattern, so we have here a earthquake count by season and by year two. So I have here the two visualization. So here, so obviously the highest count by season is the rainy season. Has a count of 75 earthquake. Wow. Earthquake. And here in the polar chart, this circular plot offers a radial view of earthquake frequency by season. So it helps to easily compare the earthquake counts per season visually. So with the rainy season again showing a denser distribution. So together, this visualization allows us to observe that earthquakes appear rather to be more frequent during the rainy season for the selected magnitude and dip range from 2020 to 2021. So potentially pointed toward a seasonal trend worth exploring further. And here in the magnitude and dip analysis, in this section we explore how earthquake magnitude and dip vary between the dry and rainy season, helping us to determine if there is a season differences in earthquake characteristics. So in the left chart, the magnitude distribution. So this so from the chart, the dry season stay higher in magnitude tend to cluster more tightly around the lower value, though a few higher magnitude outliner are present. So here in the right chart, a dip distribution by season. In this plot illustrates the distribution of earthquake dips across seasons. So earthquakes during the dry season tends to be deeper on average with higher maximum dip. So in the contrast, rainy season earthquakes are generally shallower with most data constructed in the lowest in the lower range. So this section provide insight into intensive and original dip of earthquakes by season. So we can observe that dry season earthquake tend to be stronger and deeper, with the rainy season earthquake are more frequent but shallower and lesser and intense on average. So here in the mapping demo, so this map is showing the location of recorded earthquakes, and Philippines use filters to view earthquakes by season and magnitude to identify the patterns. So I in this filter option, I just selected here a dry or wet season. So I selected the dry season. As you can see that the orange has um here the all of the map in this map. So the map legends say that The orange one is the dry season, and the blue one is wet season. So the observe about season is this visualization help identify if earthquake tend to occur more frequently. So in certain areas during specific season with different magnitude or dip by season, so potential pattern to look for. More earthquakes during a wet season is May to October. The stronger earthquake during the dry season is November to April. So regional variation by season. So as you notice that the seasonal statistics changes when I selected the season. So I selected the dry season. So the total earthquakes here has a 53,733, and then the average magnitude has a 2.5 2.51 rather, and then here in the average dip is 28.75 kilometers. And here in the data frame demo, in this dashboard, we identify any seasonal pattern in earthquake occurrence across the Philippines. Data is classified using by pag-asa and seasonal. So here in the data frame, as usual, this is the same for the mapping demo. And then I'm gonna select here a year range. So as you can see, it's running. So as you can see here, we have 51. We have a seasonal statistics, just like the mapping for the controlling the total. And then here we have the earthquake count by season. So we have just wet and dry season because we have two seasons here in the Philippines. So as you can see, the highest season in the 2021 we have is a wet season counted by 26,000.44 2490. So the monthly we have here in monthly earthquake frequency. As you can see, there's highest highest season we have this month December, and the earthquake counts have 6,383. So here in identify pattern in province, so I selected here a province location, which is the Marihatag, Surigao del Sur, and then here in the monthly earthquake pattern is this one, this is for the earthquake count, and then here in the lower we have here a month, which is October. As you can see here, the season is wet, so the count in the December earthquake is just 1. So here in my main page, I already selected this province and filtered by month and year. So I have here a study overview included here. So this project aims to analyze earthquake data in the Philippines to determine whether there is a seasonal pattern in seismic activity. So the data source is from my CV, so which include magnitude, location, and temporal data. So I have here methodology summary. So earthquake are categorized by season, which is dry and versus wet. So frequency and magnitude and distribution are analyzed using the bar charts, line graphs, box plots, and heat maps, and the last one is geographic mapping. So here in my key findings, so season with the most earthquake dry or season or wet season rather. So season with the highest average magnitude we're in the two season, which is the dry or wet season. This month with the peak activity, province most affected. So I have here the conclusion and recommendation. So the analysis indicates a significant or weak seasonal trend in earthquake frequency and magnitude. So preparedness program should be highlighted in dry and wet season. So further study can explore the correlation with the rainfall, temperature, or tectonic stress build-up. So I have here a filtered data. So assuming I'm just going to erase this one, I'm going to select, so for example, Cruzan del Norte. So here, the red dot that's the selected earthquake, and here in the earthquake frequency per month, I have here interpretation so that you can easily understand what's the chart means. So the chart shows the dry season has the highest earthquake occurrence, so this suggests a strong seasonal pattern in earthquake frequency. So as you can see, so dry season has the most has the highest seasonal pattern. And then here in the average magnitude per month, I have here the interpretation too to understand easily. So the dry season has the highest average earthquake magnitude, showing this that certain season may experience stronger earthquakes. So here in the magnitude distribution by month, as you can see here that the box show how earthquakes magnitude are distributed across each month. So the seasonal grouping helps to identify if certain season have more magnitude variability or higher magnitudes. So here in the heat map shows earthquake occurrence by month or year. So darker red cells represent higher earthquake occurrence, while lighter yellow cells indicate fewer earthquakes. So seasonal trends become apparent in the heat map. As you can see here in the 2019, in the January we have 4 counts of earthquake, and then February we have 2, March 6, and the highest earthquake count in 2019 we have 16 in May month, and then we have here in 2020, and the highest one is the 2024 in March, has a 19 counts. So here in the total earthquake per season, I just included here to easily track the total of earthquakes. And here in this table, I chart how many earthquakes occurred in each season. So it helps to determine whether the dry or wet season are experiencing more seismic activity. And that's all. Thank you.